Wait a minute, she got her finger up.
Uh-oh.
Got one
Go
minute.
shake the finger at me.
Now you go, now you can go.
Call the meeting to order.
You don't need to pledge.
Roll call.
Jim Hall.
Jim.
All right.
Okay.
Here.
Mr. Yocum.
Here.
Mr. Cawley, myself. Mr. Spur. Mr. Cox. Amy.
We short a couple
Recycling.
minutes?
Can you give us an update on recycling since you had that meeting down in Clinton?
We had a meeting, here about 3 weeks ago. Amy was there, Tim was there. It was a good meeting with Mark Southwick, and then you had a gentleman that was there that used to manage the, or still does, took care of ISU recycling. What came out of it is had some good input from people. We're trying to get with Tim, have a meeting up at the community building here in the next couple of weeks to get input for people from the south. We had one south, and we want to have a meeting north to get input from the people. Some of the things we talked about, and you're free to talk, Amy, anywhere you want to talk. I don't want to take up hog everything here. It's, you guys are there.
Well, the consensus was to have something like Warren County, wasn't it?
To what?
To bring in and recycle that stuff, you know, and.
Well, they was talking about wanting to go up there to the county you was talking about and seeing what they do.
Warren County.
Yeah, I strongly encourage that, yeah.
Okay, so
Me and
if you-
Penny went up there and.
If you could set up a date or something, a couple of dates, maybe for the people that were at that meeting, because we got their, Melissa Weibel's got all their addresses and
Yes.
stuff, I
Okay.
think. And see if we can set up a date, like 2 different options, you know, for people to go to, so they go up there. The Wallace Brothers, they had questions about single stream, and Wallace Brothers can take and show them what they do over there if they want to organize a, you know, group meeting over there. People, one person go at a time, I guess, it don't matter, but that could be done. I think one of the big things that came out too is maybe have something at District 2 garage, centrally located, and have dumpsters there instead of having, we have each single dumpster. Help me out, what we decide. I think if we've had a couple more dumpsters, then we could
Right.
just keep them there till they're full, and have a central place there where we control it.
We have a
And
camera on it. We can put a
put
picture
camera
on
on
it.
So that's some of the stuff we came. I think a lot of people the question kept coming up is what actually happens to stuff. I mean, there's no use doing
Yeah.
recycling if they're just taking.
That's one thing that the follow-up. What
Yeah.
are they dumping in the ocean somewhere? We don't know
Yeah.
that.
So I think that's the whole. Talk to most of the people down there. It seemed like their main goal was recycle, but their whole goal is to make sure it went the right place. And
And I
so
was approached by 2 people in red and white, Johnny Nichols and Mary Roberts, about the recycling. They're all hyped about that, you know, coming local to go recycle stuff. And then I was approached by a trucking firm that's interested in the Hicks property up there on 74. It used to be the veterinarian and everything.
Oh, really?
They wanted to turn in first of all, they're going to repair all their big trucks, maybe fix up some trucks to sell the junk off salvage, have salvage. Then they wanted to get into recycling. They heard that we was going to talk about recycling, and they spread out. I said glass is a hard thing to get rid of. They're interested in looking into glass too, maybe what they have to do, but they're trying to get. If that property's already, I talked to Larry Langley. It looks like that property's pretty well already zoned for.
we say a property's that.
It's
It's right off I-74 where Hicks's veterinary clinic
Yeah,
was.
you got to go up 63 to get there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's the building's ideal location, and they want to start recycling, and they would be interested in looking into glass. Right now I talked to the guy again yesterday, and they're in the process of finding out what banks have got the lien on that property. They probably lost it, and I heard there was 2 liens on that property. They're checking on that, but they are interested in getting into recycling in North Carolina County.
Is the company like local, state local, or is
And
it?
it's out of it's probably out of West Lebanon. The guy
West
is
Lebanon?
a trucking company.
And they're interested in recycling multiple things, or
Well,
just
multiple things. They're going to start out a place to work on their trucks. Take some old junk trucks in part out and junk it out. And I thought, well, why don't we get into recycling too and take different stuff, and they're willing to go the whole blow.
So are they actually wanting to run a junkyard and run a recycling?
Basically, about like Mervis. The bottom line, about like Mervis.
But I think what they mainly was talking about is putting something centrally located at District 1 garage where it would be equally for everybody to drive to.
District 2.
District
Garage,
2.
Yeah.
And then we could fence it in, the sheriff's department's right there, the highway department's there. It could be watched over, because you can't put something out. You can't put it out there. People dump everything in the world in it. What do you got, some comments?
I was wondering, has anybody checked with Walden Enterprises out of Crawfordsville on what they might be able to offer?
What are they?
What's that?
What are they, Walden Enterprises?
Oh, okay, yeah, they do recycling
Are they the
in
ones?
Crawfordsville.
Do they? Are they the ones that do Fountain County and Park County? Are they in
But
that?
I know they do Park County, the old Shopco parking lot.
Yeah.
They switch those containers out a few times a week, and they have one that is dedicated for just cardboard only, one roll-off, and then they have another roll-off, and that's just open on the top for that
Yeah.
cardboard. Then they have another roll-off that is enclosed and has three sliding doors on each side. And that's for everything, including glass, so
Yeah.
it's mixed recyclables.
How about pizza boxes? That come up down there, that I didn't realize this pizza boxes are not recyclable, the grease on them. Is that correct?
I've heard that before, and I don't know, I'm in this to try to get educated, and I'd like to visit, some of these sites to see how
What's-
picky they are, because I've recycled, lots of pizza boxes before
Mhm.
for like events that I have, and I always empty out the excess pizza and everything, and just so as make sure they just have cardboard. So I've recycled a lot of pizza boxes, so what is allowed and what isn't allowed, how clean stuff has to be, like if you recycle peanut butter
Yeah.
jar, does that
Has to be washed out.
Supposed to be cleaned out, washed
Or
out.
not.
Yep.
That's the other thing is, for us to do a program, you gotta realize how clean it's gotta be, and it's.
Well, what's that
it's-
name of that enterprise
Ridiculous.
again?
Okay, it's Walden, Walden, and they do have a website. I've recycled, this is one thing that they do that's real good. I've recycled over 100 tube-style TVs and driven them over to Crawfordsville. Luckily, most of those, about 100 of them, I was able to recycle for only $5 each. But then they started about maybe a year ago charging $10 for a tube-style TV. The old tube, not the flat screen.
Yeah.
But
So we could call them and find out, but I know Fountain County and Park County uses that company, but it's gonna be, at the end of the day, it's gonna be the cost, because they set them up at like Covington at the, what do you wanna call it? The grocery store there, and it's for those residents only, because Fountain County has a tax. They tax their citizens to pay for this program with Crawfordsville.
Mhm.
So we could see what the cost is, but at the end of the day, is the county gonna fund the cost, or are we gonna create a tax to pay for it? Because
Right.
I'm sure it's not gonna be, I'm sure it's not gonna be cheap. But if we go with them, you would take out all the county owning the dumpsters. Warren County does their own thing, but Park and Fountain have contracted a service out of Crawfordsville to do theirs. But they do offer it though. Their citizens can take the stuff.
So right now,
Yeah.
there's a $10,000 budget for solid waste, right?
Yes.
And $4,000 is between the two, controller and the,
The 10,000 is in county general. I think we upped it to 20 for 2021.
I believe you're right.
I think for 2021, in county general, we put 20,000. That's
okay,
all.
but in that account, we've got roughly $6,000 a year to spend, right?
For 20 or 2021?
In the past, it's been a $10,000 budget with $4,000 costs, we had
He's
$6,000.
talking
That's
to
in
solid he's
waste.
taking solid waste.
Yes, solid waste.
Okay. And then we had some other money that was appropriated, we got 10,000, was it?
Yeah, 10,000 for this year, but we put 20 in it for next year.
Okay, well, that's good to know.
And we switched,
But that has nothing to do with the 10,000,
And no.
so we still got the
Solid
6
waste has its own budget, and all we get is money from the
landfill.
So altogether, we got 26,000, right?
yes.
Okay, that gives us some type of,
And at budget hearings, we did take, what do we call it, we took the administrator title off and we deemed it the director, right? Is that what
Yeah.
we're, and we talked about, appointing
Took the
someone.
controller out,
Okay.
yeah.
So we still need to look at that, who wants to fill that for, was it did we leave it at 2,000?
I think we upped it to 4.
Maybe we upped it to 4 to be
I'll
the,
have to look at the
yeah.
notes for sure.
But that's still something we need to look at within the county to see who we could put in that position as the director.
We had, Mark South would have been an ideal person, he didn't wanna do it.
Yeah, so, I'm open to suggestions for that position, but I think countywide, if we could find someone within the county that's already, here, that we could give
Oh,
that
yeah.
stipend to, that's already involved, I think that would be an ideal situation. Like you said, with Southwick, with people working full-time, that's gonna be kinda hard, 'cause
That's the same thing here, we're all working full-time, so
Yeah.
when do you have the time to do it?
when do you, yeah,
Are
that's
you
gonna
doing
be,
it?
yeah, I don't know.
They had Angie Riggin there, girl, and she was really enthused about it, and very
Yeah.
thorough, and I thought, well, that might be an option.
Yeah, well, because we've also got where, we're a member of that Indiana Solid Waste thing now, so people need to attend that, whoever the director is, need to attend those meetings, and,
We're a part of that now, you said?
yeah, it's $500, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
just-
budgeted, yep.
That just happened?
Webinars, I've been attending them.
Okay,
Did that
you
just
have-
happen?
I cleaned my 60 by 50 building out with stuff that's the County Johnson my dad even had. And a guy took 3 truckloads, plus he come back and halfway emptied out the dumpster that I was using. And the last day, someone cut up a light pole and jumped in there.
Huh.
The scrap metal. I mean, Steve Axel, you probably wouldn't need to get, you wanna go through everything, but someone like that that's really into that stuff.
Yeah, so then maybe we should look for someone that's interested in that.
And that's just a contract money, right?
Just a stipend, yeah, like,
Okay.
we can look and see how much it actually is, because I
Yeah,
forget
I'll
if
find
we,
out for sure.
what we done there.
So I think we have a meeting up north and bring that, so both north and south, and it's had time to contribute, and then we need to bring that back and say, but I think the general, I'm hearing is, we'll put something in District 2 garage. I got the room there to do it, might have to move some other stuff back, but put it right there, District 2 garage, fence it in, and have it open maybe on Saturdays, every other Saturday or something. And then, once we get a dumpster full, then we'll get rid of it. And that's
Well,
kinda,
You know, if we could get each incorporated city or town to donate a little bit of $500 or something, I don't know if they can do that or not.
do what?
Get them to donate $500, like Cuba, Perryville, Newport, towards this.
Well, right now, I got all the dumpsters that I had set up for the cleanup day. I knew we had the money, I just let them go, and I still got those sponsors out there for dumpsters.
I just think money on a regular basis, whether it goes X amount of dollars every year to fund our
Yeah.
county right, bill to buy dumpsters and.
And give them some type of exposure too,
Yeah.
maybe put their sign on the dumpster or something, but.
I just think the county's gotta decide, are you gonna try to operate your own recycling, or do you wanna do what Park and Fountain's doing, where you contract it out like they're doing? And if you wanna go view Jenny Hoball's, then maybe members should go view her facility first, and then maybe they should talk to this Walden Enterprise, and then decide from there what
What's
route.
they do over at Petersburg, that recycling over Fountain County, how they do that over there? That's a big
Petersburg's,
that's a big
yeah, so
outfit over there.
Petersburg is in with that Walden Enterprise.
Well, that's a big outfit over there.
Yeah, so they
take care
set
of
those
that.
dumpsters at like the county market, the schools, and then it's only for those residents, cause it's a contract, Fountain County's paying, I don't know what they pay Walden, I could probably call today and find out what they pay a year, but then it decides, what are we gonna, budget for it? But I think that's what we should probably figure out first, cause, whichever
Yeah.
way we wanna go. So if you're interested in going to Warren County, or if you guys are, I can call and see if can set aside a date.
I was up to the old building for the remodel,
Yeah, they just built, I haven't been back since they built the brand new one, but yeah,
The old one's pretty well, they shut the doors when it's done, you couldn't get back in there,
yeah.
Well, we need some way to get everybody on the same page too. I don't know where we're at on
The
email.
glass was an issue in plastic bottles or something, certain type of glass they couldn't take 1 to 10, and plastic bottles they wasn't taking right now, nowhere to get rid of them right now. When that's how they talked about
Right
it.
now, if you talk to Wallace Brothers, they say got horrendous amounts of stuff stacked and they can't get rid of it in all these big warehouses. It's too bad we can't come up with something to recycle and put something in there to rise and making something out of recycled product everybody's throwing away. That would be that. Even if we just made ends meet on it, It's all out there.
Hey, if that building don't sell, we can make a recycling center there. Big enough to drive in, take stuff and sell outside.
We won't own it though.
We will eventually. We don't sell. Right?
They gotta pay the,
Pay us back.
yeah, what's called, they gotta pay that 1.5 million back after 10 years. And Garmont's got it.
I wonder if you could, someone could contact Walton's and just ask for a request for a proposal, or,
Yeah,
That'd be a good idea.
or send one out, just so
Yeah.
that you have a number, and
Right.
that way it's either yes or no, of course.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, they're already doing it with the other two counties, so you can just, call them and say, hey, we're interested in this, what's your price on this?
and
You know?
again, I think that what's going on with the product, are they taking this product and landfilling, or are they taking and using it? And-
Well, that's an awesome.
I mean, that's a
That's
question
the
to
big
ask.
question there was asked, where's it going? Are we just
think-
recycling for them to trash it somewhere else?
Yeah,
I mean, if you got it, if you're making sure it's being used, the final product, that's something, but if you're just paying them to haul it off, you might as well just throw it in the trash.
that's
Well,
why
yeah,
I
but-
think it'd be neat to go over there to Crawfordsville, you know, if we're interested in contracting with them, and tour the facility, and to see, you know, what is going on really
Yeah.
with the recyclables. You know,
Yeah.
if they would allow something like that.
Yeah. It's definitely worth a call and talking to them and seeing.
I mean, we have money to do something, so,
So who on this board would be responsible for making that contact, or?
you
I-
got what?
I can
Anybody
call
can do it,
them,
Artie
too.
can do it, Tim can do it, anybody
Yeah,
can do
I
it.
mean, I can do it if you guys want. I mean, like I said, I've already went up and viewed Warren County, but I mean, if you guys want me to set up a date for you guys, I can do that, or,
That'd be fine.
yeah, for that Warren, because then once you see hers, you'll be like, man, we want to do this in our county because they just run it so well up there. But that takes time to budget that money and get that
Yeah.
done.
You're gonna have to have someone, pay someone to
Too
do
bad
it.
we couldn't find someone that could retake that plastic recycling and make that like plastic furniture out of it, you know?
Yeah.
I understand that like milk bottles and water bottles are the biggest thing, for the pop bottles, like, they're hard to get rid of.
That plastic furniture, they make that out of the caps of the
Bottle
bottles?
cap-
Bottle
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 caps.
So they make it out of it?
Yeah, I know 4-H is collecting some right now.
Yeah, I know a Boy Scout that done it for an Eagle project, and his mom fell asleep just south of town here on 63 and rode the vehicle. Bottle caps was everywhere. I asked that guy if any bottle caps started growing down there next year. I mean, we like never got them all picked up. I don't think we ever did.
But there's enough businesses in Vermillion County that if you got them all just to recycle bottle caps, you know, I mean, I mean, there's a lot of potential to recycle here in the county. Just gotta figure out how we want to move forward with it.
With the Vermillion County Library, I don't know if they still are, but, you know, I've donated bottle caps for them in a big container, and it was last time I was there a few months ago. Well, I've been there sooner than that, but last time I looked a few months ago, it was full,
Mhm.
so I'm not sure what they do with their.
I'll tell you something, recycling alone, you can probably go a lot of rummage sales. When my dad passed, we went to clean his place out, and his stepdaughter took all their mother's jewelry, but they had a junk jewelry there. And my niece used to work for the pawn shop in Terre Haute, used to manage it. Let me have that. She brought me back a check for $400 out of that junk jewelry, of the gold that was in the earrings. The junk earrings, you know, the little, the silver, $400 out of that little big box like this, of junk silver.
Wow.
Says, she goes to rummage sales all the time, picks that stuff up, she takes the rummage to the pawn shop and get money out of it.
Hmm.
Yeah, there are lots of different ways to make money.
Yeah.
Now, how are we contacting everybody about these meetings? Do we have any email going out, or?
You get the list of names, don't you, Tim, from down there?
What?
You get the list of names from the Clinton meeting, right? Miss Wildman's got their addresses, names,
The names
Yes.
from the other meeting?
get them, yeah?
I think
And,
Melissa's got them.
Can I get a copy of that?
Yeah.
We could put a thing at the red and white, 'cause
I
her,
probably should have notified her and she would've got that out, but I didn't.
Mary Roberts was interested in it, and Johnny Nichols out here recycle, he's working in the container, you know, he's in the recycling of that. We could probably put, if we wanna have a meeting, I'd put it on the, light board there in Hugo. recycling, meeting, recycling meeting.
Amy emails you.
Yeah. So get the word out there.
I should've got a notice out and I didn't do it.
That's
I
right.
didn't know that was a county meeting, or I would've, I kind of got in at the last end of it. If I'd have known about it, I
Yeah,
would've sent notice, I'd have put flyers.
I
It
should've-
was advertised, wasn't it? You had it advertised, didn't you?
It was in the newspaper,
Yeah.
the.
Yeah, it
Wednesday-
was in the paper and everything. Our meeting was. It was in the paper and
It
everything.
was in the paper.
The Clinton meeting?
Yeah.
The Clinton
Yeah.
one was.
So who paid for that?
Do what?
Who's paying for that?
You did, didn't you?
Oh, I might pay for, I don't know.
Okay, cause it didn't come.
You know,
through.
they kinda,
I don't know.
They might just done it as a.
No, hey, there was no cost.
No
He said there was
cost,
no cost.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, no
Just
cost.
like a news
so I
item.
didn't get a bill.
That was well attended though, I mean, I thought it was well attended what you had
It was
there.
pretty good. We had quite a few. Amy was there and Tim and me and.
What's her name, Mrs. Mack was there. Clay Mack's wife was there. The other gal, who the other gal was, they was all about it.
Angie Riggin was there. She
Yeah.
was pretty serious about it.
There's a couple of retired people there was,
Yeah.
adamant about it.
So where do we go from here?
Well, I can call Walden and
Let him
get
get
a
information,
price.
get back to us, then we'll call Meekin and Cayuga and go from there. We can put all the information we found and go from there.
I mean, I can call them, and then if you guys want, I can call Warren County and send Amy some dates for leadership to go up there and view her facility, if you guys want
Either
that.
that or have Jenny come down to Cayuga the next, we have a meeting there and talk about what she does and how they do it.
I think it would do well if you guys
Go
would go
visit it.
view, and then she could come down as well, just so you guys can get
I
firsthand
seen
how she.
operation, it's a neat operation they got up there.
Yeah, when she walks you through each process of someone dropping it in, how it goes through, it's a process, and it's well worth going up there and seeing how it goes, and she tells you what it costs, how it fluctuates every month, and how there's gonna be months you make absolutely no money, there's gonna be months you make some money. So, yeah, I can do those two things if you guys
Yeah.
want me to, and I'll just send it to Amy after I get
Okay.
the information.
I think it'd be nice if we try to have, like, by spring, we're gonna have something going on. I mean, if we don't ever set a goal of having something in place, it'll never happen, so. I'd like to see something done in the springtime at the latest. I don't know.
Well, I think that's the start. Deciding if the county wants to do it, or do they want to contract through this Walden, if they're recycling and doing what we want them,
What would
them
that,
to do.
find out what that would cost us.
Yeah, I want to call them, and then I'm also going to call Fountain County Auditor and see because they cut a check every year to them, so I'll just see what the average is.
Once you get that done and get a date, we'll get the Cayuga date, and then I'll schedule another meeting.
Okay, yeah, I'll email you the stuff after I talk to him.
I have Melissa send you that list of email, cause we can put them all on there.
Motion to adjourn then, I guess. Anything else?
Motion?
Yep.
That's the rest of the meeting today?
Second.
That's the rest of the meeting today, is that it?
So we have
What's all's on the
26
paper.
I don't know what it means.